And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. Hello, friends. I'm Paul Hahn, coordinator of Mission to North America. These are Paul's words at the end of the book of Galatians. He's done this amazing job of preaching to the Galatian church what it means to have true freedom in Christ, that our justification comes not from works of law, but comes from God and is by faith, that in the fullness of time, God has sent his Son into the world to bring freedom to all who have been enslaved under sin and bondage to the law that we could not keep. He promises us freedom. He promises us his Spirit to create the fruits of the Spirit in our lives. And here he comes to the end of that letter, and he finishes it by saying, don't grow weary in well-doing, but we will reap. And so let us continue to do good to everyone around us, especially those who are among us in the household of faith. It is so easy right now, isn't it, to give up on well-doing. COVID, social injustice, financial crisis, political upheaval, all the personal challenges of loneliness and despair that can break into our lives at times like this, the weariness of living deep in a COVID world for 7 months ongoingly now. It is so easy to say, I just want to give up. I just want to be done. My grandchildren have been with us a lot this summer and into the fall, and you've seen them a couple of times on these videos if you've watched. But they love to watch movies at night, and when they're with grandparents, we let them. And so my 2-year-old Gray, her favorite is two. It's Frozen 2 she wants to see. And in Frozen 2, right, what happens? Anna thinks she's lost Elsa for good. She thinks she's lost her friend Olaf the snowman for good. She wants to just completely give up. And what does she glean down in the bottom of a cave, in the bottom of all things? I just need to do the next right thing. By faith, as it were, I need to do the next right thing. We are not living inside of a fairy tale. We are living in the truth of the gospel, that is the beauty that's all fairy tales are trying to capture, that is the true myth, as Lewis said. And the wonder is that God is with us, that God is for us. If God has given us his Son, will he not together with him freely give us all things? He will keep us to the end. He will see that we do endure and that we continue in the faith, so that we ultimately triumph with him. And so often, when we feel like just giving up on ourselves, on our personal journeys with Christ, on our engaging in his mission in the world, what we need to do is just the next right thing. And Paul says to the Galatians, that's just simply doing good to those around you. Where can you do good? Where can you keep putting seed in the ground of the gospel that will ultimately reap a harvest? Maybe it is praying for your neighborhood. Maybe it is drawing a tic-tac-toe board around your house and putting in the names of all your neighbors. And if you don't know them, learn them. But the ones that you do know, you begin to pray for, and for God to work in their lives. And if you know they're Christians, all the better. Pray for God to bless their lives and for them to grow strong in the gospel. Maybe it is to do a favor for a friend that you know is hurting. Maybe it is to give a sacrificial gift to somebody who's in need, or to some kind of new missional engagement in the gospel. Maybe it is to say, I'm ready, I'm scared, but I'm ready to start going back to church publicly. I haven't been able to do that, but I'm ready now. Whatever it is, do that next good thing by faith in the Lord and watch the harvest that he brings. Thanks. We love you here in M&A. We exist to strengthen the church in the gospel, to serve, to grow, to multiply. Check out our web platforms for our events this week. We've got another webinar coming this Thursday. We'd love to have you on board with us. We're delighted to be your fellow servants in the gospel as we encourage one another daily to do the next good thing in the Lord. Go in God's peace and love.